important books that will help raise consciousness for you and also give you the kind of critical analysis you need to be able to defend your position, adopt your positions, and defend your positions against the people who really want to wipe you out. You know, one of the key things has to do also with the ways in which, as queer people of color, the ways we understand how oppressions are interlocking and their connection with each other. What I see is that I know a lot of students, they really have really good hearts, you know, like, you know, was just being said, and what Sada was just saying, but they don't have the language. And so they lose every time. They can't educate anybody because they don't have the language, and somebody, you know, who's in a much more empowered position then can shut them up, censor them, and they begin to doubt themselves, and so they become ineffective as organizers. And so you have to get an education. And you know, the old stuff about we had study groups and all of that still really is a good way to do it. It has nothing to do with university. People get together and they talk and they debate and they come to their answers, you know. So the books are really important, you know. And the other thing is you don't always work with people you like. You know, those small groups sometimes really have to do with people you can't stand, you know, but you share common cause. You have a strategy, and this, like Bernice Reagan always said that, you know, like solidarity isn't necessarily about the people you feel good with. And I think part of the problems with our movement is we hang around the people we like. And so we think because we have conferences with the people we like, we all feel much better that we're doing organizing, and we're not. You know, and so partly, you know, that's good for some people, and it's good for a certain phase in your development. You know, and it's very important for someone to feel affirmation. You know, and that's what the importance of those groups are. Very critical in terms of our development. But at a certain point, as you mature, you need to see, I'm done with that one. I need to go in where it's dangerous. You know, sometimes the dangerous is going home. You know, because I can tell you one thing is that if you are, you know, if you're carrying a lot of secrets and lies, you know, it makes it difficult to go home, you know, and then it's difficult to hold it up, I mean, you know, a better way to say that, you know, you know, I don't prescribe for anybody, any queer person, anybody, you know, what they need to do with their business, you know. But I do know, I've seen some people in this life that they can, like, you know, oh, they're just revolutions, they're everywhere, you know, and they can't even, like, just go home and be with their, you know, just with their gente, and because that feels more dangerous. I can tell you, you know, like the times in my life I had to confront my mother, I was more afraid of doing that than I was afraid of any political thing I've ever done in my life, you know, and with good reason, because at a certain level you have to speak in a way that really means you really believe it, because rhetoric will not get you anywhere in your families, and they see through it right away, you know. So it really means that there's a certain kind of integration of your ideas that's become part of your kind of huesos, you know, and you can stand with that, you know. And if your family doesn't, you know, reject you, they can't, that's all right, you know, it's hard, but it's all right. You at least went home, you tried it, you know. So what happens, I mean, kind of mirroring what you know, Sada was saying, it is very intimate. You know, the old person was political is true, but it isn't the whole thing, you know, because there's a certain place in which, you know, the political is political, and you're not going to feel good, you know, you're not going to feel comfortable, you know, so you didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. And that's the laugher, and then it's like, anyway. So.
And if you didn't figure it out, who killed Yolanda Saliba is a Chicana musical.